welcome to SveNFL.
What's up, y'all?
It's Jonathan Rollins.
Skip me, Zara.
And we are two Americans living in Sweden, but talking about football. That's right. The boys are back in town. Things is going down. I'm very happy because my Dolphins came out and punched the Bills in the motherfucking mouth. That'll probably be our last one of the season, but we'll talk about that later. We did our flip 'em pick 'em came out and it looks like I'm only up 10 now, man. Creeping back in. I won the week though, 8-6, but I'm still only up 10. You're creeping.
But I did get an asterisk.
You got an asterisk right, and that's all that matters. Your asterisk that you got correct. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Which one? I got one right.
Which one did you get right?
First of all, you said the Bears were going to be. You said I picked the Bears to beat the Giants. The Bears did beat the Giants.
Yeah.
That was your asterisk. And then I said that the Texans were going to beat the Jaguars. And you put an asterisk on that.
To be fair, that should have been an asterisk. We'll get to that later. That's some bullshit.
What other asterisk was out there?
I have marked here. Wait a second. Did you pick the Steelers to beat the Chargers?
Yeah, I picked the Steelers over the Chargers. You put an asterisk on that. Oh, my bad. I didn't mark it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Schif. You got your little petty asterisk.
I should have gotten 2 asterisks. Fucking Jacksonville Jaguars. Fucking up my asterisk game.
Yeah, that was I was thinking that too. That was the one I was worried about. I was like, man, Schif, man. Actually, Giants should have won too.
That's true, actually. I could have had a hat trick. You could have had
a hat trick, a asterisk.
A asterisk.
A has trick. But yeah, let's go through it, man. It started out on Thursday with a barn burner. We bookended the weekend with barn burners, right? The Thursday game was Raiders and Broncos. Same score.
Exactly.
Bookended with some barn burners. The defensive matchup somehow, I thought the Raiders wouldn't be able to. But then again, Bo Nix did. And it was just I don't know how much to say about this game. It seemed like it was just pretty bad.
My thoughts about this game are more kind of big picture. That the Broncos are. Yeah.
That's a fake 8-2, boy. Fake 8-2.
Yeah, the Broncos are that team. We always have at least one team like this every year. That team that has a winning record. They're winning all these one-score games. You can't really figure out why exactly. Why? If you want to say why, the Broncos' defense is nasty.
Right. Yeah. We said it before the season.
I think that they are currently on pace to break the single-season sack record.
Yeah, and it's different players. It's not just one guy.
Yeah, exactly. So that explains a lot. But this offense, it doesn't pass the smell test to me.
Nah, man, it's Fugazi.
Yeah,
the Fugazi. We always have a Fugazi team. They're the Fugazi.
The other thing that doesn't pass the smell test is, we had such high hopes for. Yes. It seemed like the whole, Geno and Pete Carroll and what they were able to do in Seattle and all that, and Pete Carroll sort of turning Geno into this reclamation project, and you just kind of assumed it would keep rolling, and it just has not at all.
Man.
I think at this point it's just a completely failed experiment, and I mean the Raiders. I don't know what the Raiders just need to blow it up and start over. I don't know what
they just did. They blew it up and started over this year.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have, I don't know how long Pete Carroll's contract is, but you're going to be paying him and then the next coach in there and then get rid of Geno and then offload that money. This is really bad.
I'm wondering if, it'd be interesting to see what happens in the offseason, but part of the other problem is, or potential problem is that, their offensive coordinator is this guy they brought in from Ohio State. we've seen this before where the college game does not translate well to the pros.
Yeah.
Sometimes as a player and sometimes as a coach, and they're just different games. You know what I mean? So I don't know. There's a lot to unpack here for the Raiders in the offseason. But for the meantime, I see the Broncos as that team that obviously they're going to make it into the playoffs, and they're probably going to lose in the wild card round.
Yeah, man.
Just like they did last year.
The AFC was undefeated against the NFC this week. Just really shitting on my theory at the beginning of the season and the first few weeks. It's like, it's not looking good out here for the NFC. And your team had a chance to flip it and lost in overtime to an out of his goddamn mind Jonathan Taylor. It's one of those just hats off.
This is one of those games where he just basically won the game by himself.
Yeah. Hats off. Yeah.
The Falcons, for the most, with the exception of being completely unable to stop the run, Jonathan Taylor at 244 yards on 32 carries. Tell me, that tells me that nothing else was really working except for
it's 2025 and somebody had 32 carries.
244 yards, 3 touchdowns. So outside of our inability to stop the run, we played a pretty decent game. The defense was all over the place. We sacked Daniel Jones 7 times.
Yeah.
I think we caused at least 5 fumbles. I think we recovered 2 of them. And we turned them over on downs twice in the red zone. So, the defense was doing everything that they needed to do in order to give the offense a chance to win the ball game. And I am currently in this place where I'm not really sure. I'm just not sure. I don't know if this is Michael Penix is not really, it's effectively his rookie season. So it's kind of too early to be saying he ain't it, because he could be it, but he also might not be it. What I am ready to say is that this offensive coordinator, we talk a lot about Whack Taylor.
We got a Whack Robinson situation?
We got another Whack in the league. And I think Whack Robinson, because the way I look at it is this. Now, I'm not saying that we should be the Detroit Lions, but what I am saying is that we have all of the same pieces to make that possible. We have a Sonic and Knuckles type running back duo. Yeah. Right? Tyler Algier is whenever you put him in the game, I mean, this guy scores 2 touchdowns every time you need short yard. He's a bowling ball. He's like David Montgomery in that sense. Obviously, we got Bijan. He's a little more like Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah. A better version of Jahmyr Gibbs.
You could easily compare Drake London to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, they're very similar receivers. Now, I would say they probably have a few more skill position pieces that we don't really possess.
Yeah, there's no Laporta on your team.
Right. Kyle Pitts. Well, that's the thing. This game would have been over had Kyle Pitts not dropped the ball a couple of times in this game. So it's weird. I'm at that point in the season where, I went into this game as a fan just assuming we were going to get absolutely slaughtered by the Colts. And then the Falcons did what the Falcons always do.
Give you hope.
Is they gave me hope and then they took it away.
Damn.
So
I don't want. They're not at the Raiders level of blow it up though. They're like we're a few pieces away.
But I will say this: the other thing that's making me a little nervous is that you look around the league and you start to think about all the guys that you could have hired as your head coach, right? We interviewed Mike Vrabel. We interviewed
to me, that was a slam dunk for every team. Mike Vrabel was the best candidate out there.
Mike Vrabel,
especially
Ben Johnson, and McDaniels in Seattle.
Yeah. McDonald. Mike McDonald.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All 3 of those guys interviewed for the head coaching position for the Atlanta Falcons, and we decided to bring. Belichick to me is like a side conversation that isn't really relevant because that would have been a terrible idea, I think.
Yeah, of course.
So we interviewed what are now proving to be 3 of the best coaches in the league, and decided to go with all due respect because I like Raheem Morris as a person. His vibes seem great. He seems like a great dude. But I'm starting to think that he may be one of these like the guy who had a cup of coffee with McVay just turns out to not be. I mean, he's gotten a couple of shots at this, and it hasn't gone so great.
Yeah. The first one he was way too young, not ready. Then he got a little McVay injected into his veins, and you might be right, man. It sucks, man. It seems like both of our teams went for the vibes. Yeah. We'll see what happens down in Miami, man. It seems like a really confusing time for them.
The thing is, like we have talked about this before, like there are certain teams that just lack a sense of identity. They lack culture. And that's why you hire Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
He's not just a good X's and O's guy. That is a culture maker.
Yeah.
Kind of like I would say he's very different, but he kind of has the same. He's a little like Dan Campbell in that sense. You know?
Yeah, you need a front office that's not going to be intimidated, that has confidence, and it's not soft like that. And I think that's these places like that. That's the problem.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Speaking of problems, we got the New York Giants. New York Giants losing to the Chicago Bears in rather dramatic fashion. And I don't know if you saw this, and we can talk more about this in the next episode, but Brian Daboll has been
gone.
Fired.
Yeah, he
this is I mean, okay.
We'll hit that when it's time.
The crazy thing about this game that is important to put into context, also with kind of trying to understand why Daboll got fired, besides the 2-8 record that the Giants have, because Jackson Dart is at the center of all of this when you think about it, because he's been a promising young quarterback. He's played quite well, but the problem is that Daboll has consistently shown that he is very willing to put Jackson Dart in harm's way.
You think it's the injury?
I think it's a lot of things, clearly. But this is okay. So today, Jackson Dart. What are we doing here? We're up. 20 to 3 at some point. Whatever. They take a pretty sizable lead into the fourth quarter, and then it all kind of starts to unravel.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart gets what is technically his first concussion, but this is literally the fourth. This is the fourth time if you include the preseason. I mean, this guy got checked he got pulled for concussion protocol in the preseason, which to me is like, what? What are you doing? Exactly.
Yeah, they were up 10 with they went up 10 with 10 minutes left.
And they just let the game slip away, really.
And they couldn't let Rainbow Russ do it, man.
I don't. It's going to be very interesting to see how they progress moving forward after firing the coach and. Dart's
you know what stood out to me in this game, because the Bears are getting all this glory, but Caleb Williams ain't it, bro.
No.
The play where he ran for the touchdown, where his wide receivers had to turn into blockers, both of them would have walked in the end zone if he just threw the ball to one of them.
Yeah.
And then they turned the blockers because he had his eyes, down, and then they helped him out with great blocks to get him to spring it. And now they're like, "Wow, that's our guy," and that's not gonna cut it in the future, in my opinion. But
was very easy to overlook in the excitement of this comeback victory for the Bears is Caleb Williams' inability to do basic quarterback shit.
Stuff. Yeah. And and receivers, they're divas, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's only so long they're going to be like, I want to keep running out here blocking. I got something to say about that later, too.
The good news for the Bears is that they do seem to have kind of figured out their run game, so to speak. My man, former Bulldog DeAndre Swift, had a hell of a day. This Kyle Monangai kid is like he's building a bit of a Gibbs Montgomery kind of duo here. DeAndre Swift is no Jahmyr Gibbs. Even I will admit that. But Monangai is like a bowling ball full of razors. Like this guy, he really is. It's like a hell of a downfield runner. Like he's going to get those 3 yards, even if he just has to lean into them.
Yeah.
But and the Bears too, kind of like the Broncos. Like they're out here winning these improbable games, so to speak.
The Bears are fake news, man.
Agreed. Speaking of fake news, fool's gold.
Man, hey, I had a show on Sunday night, right? Oh shoot, I had a show Sunday night, so I was like there, and like I wasn't even performing. I was just a show at my club, so I was just doing like stuff, setting up for a comedian that was here, and so I was I went back to the green room trying to watch the game on my phone. You know what I mean? When I was done what I had to do, and had somebody else doing the music and stuff. And I was going nuts, and I couldn't, because I was just like, let me go ahead and watch this ass whooping while we get beat. And then when I came in, I saw that we were up 7-0. So I was like, let me watch from the beginning to see how this happened. How are we winning? And all of a sudden it's 13-0. And then all of a sudden it's 16-0. And like they haven't scored in the first half. What the fuck? Who are these players? This team, we dominated a top team in the AFC. And I'm sure next week we'll get embarrassed in Madrid or whatever, and bring me back down to earth. But it was insane to see total domination of the Buffalo Bills. Even when the Dolphins felt like they were going to give it back up, they just kept doing it. And Devon Achane just was unfucking stoppable. It was great.
It was funny because the game didn't really start in the way that, like, it didn't make you think this was going to happen.
Right.
The opening sequence of the game was,
oh yes,
they haven't even done anything yet.
Nah.
It's first play of the game. There's some sort of a false start.
Yeah, false start and then timeout, so he could yell at the ref. What the fuck?
He was so mad. He was so mad. He called a time. There's 15. Literally, there were zero, like no time had left the clock yet. It was still 15 minutes in the first quarter, and he's calling a timeout just so he could yell at the refs. And then Tua throws a pick. You're like, oh Jesus, this is not.
Yeah. But then you know what? I was encouraged by it. I'm glad you mentioned the pick, because I was encouraged by the post-game conference, press conference, when Mike McDaniel, they were asking him about Tua heaving the ball up like that. And he's like, I'm glad he did it. I told him to do it, and I didn't think he would. Like, he wanted him to just throw it up there, man. Something can happen. Instead of taking some sack or maybe we get a pass interference. Maybe Waddle makes a great catch. He's still Waddle. Just give him a chance. And I like that he's thinking like that instead of worrying about mistakes and all of the pressure of people saying he's throwing the most interceptions. Him and Geno Smith throwing the most in the league this year. Just like, fuck it, go for it. I like that attitude. And we didn't never talk about the GM fired bump. Why didn't we consider this? Because I was really tempted to say this was going to be my upset of the week, but I didn't want to come across as a homer.
I am smart. Mr. Marty.
But I should have known. And I shouldn't have picked against my team.
It's hard to know what to think about. Like there's a tendency to overreact when something like this happens to a team like the Bills.
It's twice this year though.
Because
right?
They've the 3 losses that they've had. Well, 2 of them, I guess you could try to rationalize. I mean, I personally, whatever, losing to the Patriots doesn't seem like such a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Like the Patriots appear to be a good football team. Like that's a legitimate loss. Losing to the Falcons makes me think you're a little sus.
Only scoring 14 too.
And then, playing what is thought of as one of the most complete games that you've played in quite some time, and defeating the Kansas City Chiefs last week, and then you turn around and lose a game like this to the Dolphins. It just doesn't really compute.
Yeah. But yeah, it could also like it was really they had 3 turnovers in the red zone. So it's just like Miami was very fortunate in those situations. Josh Allen was fool's gold Allen, and that's what else can you what can I say? I've been telling y'all for years. The guy is not ready for the prime time.
I mean, in a way, I guess you could say that this is probably a blessing in disguise because the Bills, for the last several years, have just been walking through this division, and then they get to the playoffs and they always stumble. So, will this adversity that they're experiencing in the regular season translate into,
like the Chiefs,
perhaps some more success in the postseason? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, really helped the Patriots though, because that hurt their division record and Patriots win, all of that stuff. The Ravens beat the Vikings though, beat the brakes. No, not beat the brakes on, but I think it was more convincing than what the score looks like.
Yeah, it was a rather tight affair in the beginning, but this was one of those games where the cream eventually rose to the top.
Yeah.
JJ McCarthy is, he's just he ain't ready.
It's what 6 games he's played.
Yeah, but this is annoying to me, and maybe this is that sort of we see this all the time in the NFL. The Great White Hope, like the league wants this guy to be him. There was all this chatter of the previous week. He has currently revealed that he has given himself a nickname.
Oh no.
He has an alter ego. He was caught on video with this weird sort of like crazy eyes look.
Okay.
And he was asked about this. And they said, what's that about? And he was like, well, it's kind of my alter ego. Like when I'm getting ready for a game, I call him 9. And I can't even tell you how cringy this. It's very, very cringy. And sure, maybe it sounds cool when you win a football game, but when you're losing, it's like okay. He kind of gave me Russell Wilson vibes, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
A little bit.
It feels like it. Yeah, that's right. What do you think about the what we thought was going to be a shit bowl turning into a 47-point affair?
This was the Jets versus the Browns must have been one of the most inexplicable football games I think I've seen in a long time. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. For anybody who didn't see this, make this make sense, okay? Yeah. It is 14. The Jets put 14 points on the board before their offense ever even touched the ball.
It's insane.
Because they return the kickoff for a touchdown.
Yep.
Browns get the ball, score a touchdown, and then or a punt or whatever. Yeah. There was a punt that they returned for a touchdown. Yeah. They got to the Jets were in the lead at the half, despite having negative passing yards.
Because they have the worst quarterback in football. 6 for 11, 54 yards, and 1.
6 for 11.
What the hell? We always and anytime we bet their games, we didn't bet their games this weekend, but we always bet the under on like passing attempts because we know coaches don't want him throwing the ball 11 times. Man, I don't think you could go that low when you bet. It's a shame that we couldn't bet, man.
6 for 11. That's crazy. I didn't even see that.
54 yards. He didn't even break 60. Come on, man, and got a victory, man. And now people are talking about Shador Sanders. They're still trying to make this drama out there, but I don't think Dylan Gabriel's horrible.
You know what else we don't normally talk about? And I think this applies to your Dolphins too. The trade deadline bump.
Oh, yeah.
Which 2 teams had the worst vibes post-trade deadline this year? It's the Jets and the Dolphins.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, everybody was like, what are they doing?
The Jets blew the whole thing up.
Yeah.
Had a yard sale.
Yep.
The Dolphins didn't quite go that far, but they certainly did not feel like they did not come out of the trade deadline feeling like a positive, a lot of positive energy. And those 2 teams basically rose up and said, or the players on those teams anyway, rose up and said, "You know what? We're still fucking we're good at football."
Yeah. Did you see the there was like some tweet or something that was out there that said that the Browns are obviously throwing the game. They're trying to get the first pick of the draft. And they showed Dylan Gabriel at the back of his drop back and 8 blockers. 8 players blocking. He's the quarterback. That means there's only 2 receivers doing routes. And the Jets were rushing like 4. So it's like, how are you going to throw the ball if there's 7 players in coverage and only 2 receivers running routes? So there's a whole conspiracy theory out there about this is how the Browns are trying to unless they just misread it and thought it was a blitz or whatever. But it's just funny that both teams are allegedly trying to tank.
I mean, I don't even know what to say about the Browns. They're such a dysfunctional organization.
Yeah.
I even have, like, I started the year having kind of mixed feelings, like feeling kind of bad for a player like Myles Garrett for being stuck on a bad team like this. But in all honesty, I think he has to shoulder some of the blame for his situation, for the situation he's in.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, he's trying to get traded in the offseason.
Yep.
He winds up signing a huge contract with the Browns. And then after signing that contract, he basically says to the media, like, well, the Browns told me that they have a plan and they told me the plan. I know what the plan is. And that's the reason why I signed the deal. And then, of course, like 4 weeks later, the plan apparently was to draft Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah. If you read that plan, you got to rip that one up and get out of it.
Like the dumbest quarterback controversy in modern NFL history. Like that, you just took the money. Like don't fucking
and trade Flacco.
Exactly.
Trade the best quarterback on the team off the team to a rival.
We're gonna start 40-plus-year-old Joe Flacco, and then we're gonna draft these 2. If that was the plan that they told you, you would have left. I would have.
This is when the media needs like petty follow up. You can't just let stuff slide. I think in general, politics is all annoying now because they let people say some wild shit and they don't follow up on it. And I think it maybe start here. Maybe show the political sphere out there how to do it by going back to this player and saying, "Hey, man, remember you said you liked the plan? Was this it? Like, was part of the plan to get rid of Flacco and then run with and have a quarterback controversy and Is this the plan that you saw and then you decided to go with? How you feel?" Call him
Something
out.
tells me he would be annoyed if somebody asked him that question.
Yeah, definitely. But sometimes you got to ask the tough questions, man. SveNFL is proudly sponsored by Brisket and Friends. Brisket and Friends is the best barbecue in Sweden. Brisket and Friends. Barbecue so good, make you want to slap your grandma. Go there. Get you some good barbecue. Best in Sweden. Now, back to SveNFL. My tough question is, why the fuck is it 2010 again and the Patriots are 8-2? It's so annoying, man. I thought the Bucs were going to bring the Patriots down to earth after a bye week with a coach like that can terrorize quarterbacks, and then Drake May and the Patriots pull it out. And Baker having the ball at the end is like, oh, shit, here we go. And,
Yeah, I thought he was gonna do it. I thought he was gonna do. I'm not gonna say that, but you know what I'm tired of? You know what phrase I'm tired of?
It was the running back, man.
Yeah, of course. Here's the phrase that I'm tired of hearing in the National Football League.
Okay.
Player A is doing player A things. Baker Mayfield is doing Baker Mayfield things. It's like, stop it. Like, that is almost on par with like someone saying, well, that guy, he's just a football player.
Yeah, no, he's a football player.
We understand that he's
what gave it away?
We're here for that. Like,
was it him playing football? Was that what it is?
I'm so tired of people overusing that phrase. I'm out. I don't want to use it anymore. Great game by Travion Henderson, 147 yards, couple of touchdowns. I don't know what took them so long to decide that this guy was the better running back. Maybe it's just smart coaching. Maybe they didn't want to put too much on his shoulders early in the season. Let's make him really want it. Let's
or maybe he just understands the scheme better. You know,
I don't understand how Mac Hollins in the year 2025 is out here with 106 yards.
I don't get it.
Do you know this guy doesn't wear shoes when he's not on the football field?
I bet.
He doesn't believe in shoes. He doesn't like shoes. He wants to feel his feet on the ground.
You got to stay grounded, man.
He also doesn't eat soup.
No soup for you.
He doesn't eat soup because he likes to eat with his hands. And he claims he has he says, I have the heart of a lion. And he was like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I've ever seen a lion eat soup.
Man, he's got some Charlie Sheen energy over there, man.
He's a fucking weirdo, dude.
Yeah,
I've tracked this guy for a couple of years. He's got some crazy takes. Mac Hollins.
Yeah, he used to be a Dolphin. Yeah. Wow. Well, congrats to the Patriots. They're 8-2. Looks like they're going to run away with the division unless they fall apart a bit. But I mean, and it's crazy because they still don't have like top talent. So imagine when a couple more drafts and stuff, man, we're able to quickly turn it around over there. Or it shows how bad Mayo was as a coach. We'll see, man. Then game of the week, the Saints played the Panthers in a mid-off. I don't even know what to say about this game. Bryce Young's trash. Tyler Shuck, he did very well. Is this his first start or second start?
It's his second start. This is his first really good game as a pro.
Yeah.
Obviously, it comes against the Panthers, who
man, what's going on?
Are 100% a Fugazi team. You know, that 5-4 record that they had before this loss. I didn't buy that at all. Bryce Young is. I can confidently say that they made a massive mistake taking Bryce Young as the number 1 overall pick. I never really thought he was going to work out as an NFL quarterback.
Why'd you pick the Panthers to win this game?
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, because I hate the Saints.
I'm looking. I was like, I know I called this. I thought the Saints.
Well, you know what? The only thing that I believe in on
the
this
Saints
team
are Dookie, though.
Really is Rico Dowdle.
Yes.
And they bottled him up.
Yeah.
Pretty good in this game.
Well, it's easy when your quarterback is playing like that, man. Sometimes he doesn't look like a professional quarterback, man. I hate saying stuff like that, but sometimes it does. It looks like that. I'm just like, what are you seeing? Like he's at the back of the pocket and he just looks like he's panicking and all of a sudden he's sacked. It's just, yeah.
He threw an interception today that was very reminiscent of the interception that he threw in the national championship game, the one that Keely Ringo picked off and took to the house to seal the win. Very, very similar. It was kind of layered coverage. He needed to get it over one guy and drop it in a bucket, and he just didn't.
Yeah, those look the worst because it looks like you're just looking at the guy. And you throw, you know what I mean? Those look the worst.
Yeah.
Speaking of looking the worst, Trevor Lawrence, man. 13 for 23, 158 yards, a tutty and a pick. What's up with your boy? That's your squad. That's your second team right there. That's your AFC team, like it or not. No, them and the Bengals. That's your I believe in you teams.
They are up 29-10.
I couldn't
going
believe
into
it.
the fourth quarter.
I couldn't believe. I was like, man, this asterisk is gonna come through, man. Fucking Schif. I got to deal with this.
29-10 going into the fourth quarter, and the Texans lay 26 points in the final quarter of this game.
I didn't know it was that bad. God damn.
Well, 6 of those points were on
at the final play. Yeah, that's true.
That sack fumble. So that's.
But still, 23 points.
Exactly. I personally think you probably have to give this up to Derek Stingley, the cornerback for the Texans.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, just fucking found another gear late in the game. not just with some pass block-ups here and there, but that interception that he made was not on Trevor Lawrence. Like, it was a good throw. This guy dove into the path of the receiver and made a one-handed interception.
That was insane. And it looked like, I was like, did he hit the ground? Like, no. It was just amazing. Yeah.
He was unreal.
Yeah, that was amazing. He's one of the top.
I heard something crazy yesterday that I had to like look up to make sure it was true.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence is 1-3 versus Davis Mills.
Oh man, who's their backup? Maybe they're a team that just needs a better backup to scare him or something. Because remember Trevor Lawrence when he's talking about how it's not that big of a deal to him, and he can't shake that, man. But yeah, shout out to the Texans. They might go on a run, man.
I mean, the Jaguars defense was balling in the first part of this game, like causing turnovers and stifling the run, and just they just played good ball. They kind of held the run game at bay, and then I don't know what the fuck happened in the fourth quarter, but it just completely unraveled. I don't know. I don't know what to say. This was just the AFC South, drunk on bourbon, out here beating each other up.
Go home, AFC South. You're drunk.
Exactly. Which creates a very interesting scenario. I mean, this was a gotta have it game for the Texans. If they lose this game, they're 3-6, right? Yeah. And then the Jags are 6-4. So they've made this division very interesting. Yeah. But I can't sit here and tell you I trust anyone in this division. Basically, they're making it very easy for the Colts.
Yeah, for the Colts.
The Colts are going to run away with it.
One division that played each other, all of them played each other this week, and all of them play each other next week. This is very strange. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But the Seahawks played the Cardinals and doubled their score, 44-22, in a straight up ass whooping, man.
And those 22 points are mostly garbage time. This game was.
This was over. It was 35-0, right? Or 7? Okay, 30.
I think it was like 38 or something. Like when I went to bed, this game was completely out of hand.
Same.
The Seahawks they look so fucking good right now.
Their defense looks like the best in the NFL. Sam Darnold only had 178 yards. If you got 44 points and only 178 yards, that defense whoops some ass. And you had some short fields and whatever.
Well, so a big part of how this got out of hand so quickly is that the Seahawks had back-to-back drives where the same guy caused a fumble and the same player scooped it up and scored. Was it DeMarcus Lawrence was the guy who DeMarcus Lawrence had 2 touchdowns before the second quarter, I think it was.
Former Cowboy.
It was crazy. Great performance by the defense. Yeah. I mean, the Cardinals were just, they're not a real football team. I don't care. They're talking about how they're quiet benching Kyler Murray, and Jacoby Brissett gives them a better chance to win football games. He's still Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, man. His ceiling is almost at his floor too. It's like you get what you get. You know what I mean?
Well, and when you play a defense like the Seahawks, your ceiling is like hitting the basement. You know what I mean? Your arms are tied behind your back with duct tape. You're in a basement that doesn't have a finished concrete floor. There's a man upstairs who's going to touch you in places you don't want to be touched.
There's a doll that said, "Let's play a game."
He's going to make you like wish for death. Yeah. He's going to keep you alive just so he can toy with you and torture you.
Saw 13 starring the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. Death would be a gift at that point. And
then staying in that division, your man, former Bulldog, looking like the best quarterback in football, man. I'm really a fan of Matthew Stafford, man.
I'm convinced. Okay, I have a take. I can't prove this, and I don't know if this is true. But going into the season, we got daily reports about Matthew Stafford being in some kind of. They had this special like Airstream trailer parked there at the training facility. He had some sort of a back problem. We were, what were they called? I forget. It was some kind of weird terminology they used for this new medical kind of recovery thing. Some kind of regenerative. I don't know, something crazy. I'm convinced that Matthew Stafford is dead. They cloned him.
Clone him like Tom Brady's dog.
Yeah, like Tom Brady's dog, and they tweaked the DNA to basically kind of just make him an even better quarterback. Because there's none of this makes sense. This guy, the things that this guy's able to do in a football game. He doesn't just do these like no look. He does these like 30-yard down the field no look passes. Like who the fuck does that? That's like usually insane. The no look pass is like a 5-yard dump off. This guy's throwing darts without looking.
I think he's hit that part. I think he's hit that part of his career where he's finally made it to the place where there's nothing he hasn't seen, and then he's still got the arm talent and anticipation and like the kahunas too. Like the confidence, and he just like it's so fun to watch this team, man. I hope they go far in the playoffs. But yeah,
I mean these 26 points by the 49ers also mostly garbage time. I mean the Rams were in absolute cruise control for the majority of this game. Yeah, just completely dominant.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny while I was watching this game. There was a moment where I think it was when the 49ers scored their first touchdown. It was a pass from Mac Jones to, what's his name? Juwan Jennings. And that's what they did.
Did they?
As they went to commercial, they played that song.
No, I'm telling you, man, NFL is listening to our podcast, man.
As they went to commercial, they fucking hit that song. I was like, yes!
I swear, man, they've been doing stuff we've been suggesting, and now they're even taking our gimmicks like Return of the Mac.
And they did it just the way we did it. Like, right before the commercial break hit, the song was at the, oh my God! Like, yes.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. Wow. I'm happy for him, though. I was a hater because he was a Patriot. But then everybody turned on him so much that I was like, hold on, man. This is a young guy trying to figure it out. And he was put in a bad position. Let's give it. And they built him up to tear him down. I didn't like that. So now I'm glad that I think he looks better. No, he doesn't. Brock Purdy's a little better. Brock Purdy can move around a little more. He tries, and then he's got that little punchable face. I forgot. Never mind.
I think Purdy might be back next week.
Okay, they say the toe's better.
We'll see.
Well, you know who was back?
Marcus Mariota.
I'm so glad we're playing him next week. Marcus Mariota didn't look horrible, but the Lions just look like the goddamn Lions, man. The buzzsaw that they are. You come in there, they're like a lion for real. Where if you come in there limping, wounded, they're gonna take your ass down, and that's what they did to the Commanders. It was just an ass whooping. I don't even have much to say about it. Fucking Jared Goff.
Probably the most interesting part of this game was realizing sort of midway through it, the Lions, obviously they lost last week to the Vikings.
Yeah.
They did beat the Bucks, but the offense, hadn't quite looked itself lately. And then the week before that, they lost to the Chiefs. Dan Campbell took over play calling duties in this game.
Yeah, I saw that, man. They made a big deal of that.
And, I think that's an interesting storyline to kind of keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Because, again, we keep saying, people want to call this dude a vibes coach. Dude knows ball, bro.
Fucking genius. He's heir apparent to Sean Payton. And I think he seems like the type that'll latch on and try to absorb things. And Sean Payton is pretty open to people doing that. So I hear. So it was a perfect little relationship, and he learned a lot from it seems. And now he might be heir apparent for real.
Obviously, playing the Commanders' defense is a great position to get right as an offense. They have not been very good lately. You had some real weird situations going on the field. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is probably well known as a bit of a shit talker on the field.
Oh, yeah.
Because Daron Payne got ejected from this game for punching Amon-Ra St. Brown in the helmet at one point.
Smart. You got to go for the helmet.
But
stupid.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Campbell got everything, all those little problems inside of the offense that people have been talking about, like creating a bit more of a balance between Gibbs and Montgomery.
With their 213 yards.
Yeah, and also like getting Jameson Williams involved in the game. Dude's literally one of the fastest guys in the NFL. It's like, throw the ball to him, you know what I mean? And he finally has a 100-yard game and a touchdown. Yeah. So I think it was a smart game.
And they said it was simple, too. They said just run these double slants and make them keep up. If they're going to run play man defense, like who's going to keep up? And then they just kept scoring. So, yeah. One team that didn't keep scoring is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel a little bad.
Hey, Ron, where are you?
16 for 31, 161 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. That's Aaron Rodgers' stat line right there. Chargers came in and beat that ass.
Yeah, they did.
Your guy went over 100 too. Lad McConkey.
You know what? Lad McConkey, I love him. I learned something. Okay, we all know that Lad McConkey is a former Bulldog.
What?
But I learned something yesterday.
Okay.
About Kamani Vidal. Kamani Vidal is not just from the great state of Georgia. And he not only played for the Marietta Blue Devils, where my father played high school football.
Okay.
I realized as I looked him up, I watched him win I watched him win the state championship while playing for the Marietta Blue Devils in 2019 when I was back home in December. And not only that, the man is related to Hank Aaron.
Oh, wow.
He is a nephew of the late, great, true home run king, Hank Cameron Aaron.
Yes. With no steroids, you mean, yeah.
Pre-steroid home run king. Yeah, I did not know that. And now I do.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah. Well,
another piece of useless information.
He helped them win. He helped the Chargers to victory with 95 yards. And I like that they keep feeding them. And I thought they were going to be by committee, but yeah, they lost some running backs. So he's kind of carrying the load right now. And the Steelers just couldn't get it together, man, on offense.
The Steelers are shaking out to be exactly what they are every year. 9-8 or 9-7 or 8 and whatever, whatever the one win above 500 team, basically.
9-8, yeah. And then finally we had I liked it. I watched the game. I liked the defensive battle like that. I feel like we should have bet the under. Duh. Two of the best defenses in the league. Why didn't we bet the under? But and I was so happy when Josh Jacobs scored a touchdown, but then it was like Jalen Hurts is not going to get in there. That was our bet. But it was really, really defensive match and fun for me as a person who loves to watch defense, but not that exciting. It was 0-0 at the half. It was just, I was like, damn. I mean, neither quarterback went over 200 yards. Saquon Barkley had some amazing plays. But then, like, Javonte Smith turned out to be he scored that one touchdown. Big catch, too, there. I was hoping they get, like, he caught it and they pulled him down at the one, but he caught it in the end zone. Because if they pull him down at the one, then we get our little Jalen Hurts tush push. You know what annoyed me, though, which would probably annoy the NFL fans, is that the Packers tried to tush push. A couple times they did their own version of tush push, and then they got called for a false start. And they keep missing false starts. when the Eagles do it. But then the Packers, who don't do it as much as the Eagles, they do it and they get the false start, and the refs are like, "What?" It's like, how do y'all catch it when the non-Eagles team does it? They got to get ready to play, man. I don't know. The Eagles are adding to the package and stuff, and it's just like, oh, come on.
That's what I heard. I heard there were multiple false starts by the Eagles that just didn't get called.
Yeah. But the Packers got called. I was like, wow.
I can't explain it. It's very strange.
Maybe it's just like they assume that they're going to do it right. But, yeah, there wasn't much. I don't have much to say about the game. It was just a low-scoring affair. Michael Parsons is still a beast. Saquon Barkley is still a beast. The Stars did what they do, except for A.J. Brown. He didn't really do much at all. He only had 2 catches for 13 yards. But it was just a defensive affair. Bookended the weekend with a low-scoring 17-point game. So that's all I got to say, man. Congrats to everybody who had a fun weekend of football, especially my Miami Dolphins. And congrats to Partil Packers Picks, who's number 1 in our Picks Can Pick 'em. I've landed on number 12, so that's great.
Hit that! I looked at that over the week. That dude's percentage is crazy.
Yeah, we need to get him in on our bets.
Yeah,
maybe 1 week he can pick our picks, our flip 'em pick 'em.
He should.
Because this week he only got 8 right though, so he's been ahead of it before that. But something's did the best on the week with 11 right and D picks. So shout out to them and Bobby Blitz. I don't want to forget anybody. Yeah, so that's cool.
What was that one name that was so good though?
Oh, was it not kick the field goal? He hit the bowler. Smith and Jigba, please. That's the best one.
Yeah, that's it.
Smith and Jigba, please. Really funny.
Shout out your boy Ken is doing terrible in this. Did he forget the week or something?
Probably. Knowing him.
He must have been high.
Because I got high. I was supposed to make my picks, but then I got high. I got my superlatives ready. I don't know if you got yours ready, but my real MVP. I'm going to just go ahead and say it.
I am smart. It's Marty.
Because the MVP of the week is obviously Jonathan Taylor. He had an amazing week, one of the best rushing performances. But another great rushing performance was by my man, current Dolphin, who said, if they're blowing his team up, I still want to be here. I want to be a Dolphin. And the Dolphins kept him, and they did like a half blow up. Who knows what they're going to do? But Devon Achane came out and ran for 174 yards and caught for 51 yards and scored 2 touchdowns. And I think that when the teams all seemed to be, we were worried about everybody giving up and whatnot. But he chose to play the Dolphins chose to play their butts off, and he led the way. So Devon Achane,
you the real MVP.
What you got?
I'm going to go with my man, former Bulldog Matthew Stafford. I think he is the actual real. At this point, if you had to give out the MVP
definitely
right now, you probably should give it to Jonathan Taylor, but we all know that's not how it works. Yeah. If you're going to give it to a quarterback, I think you got to give it to Stafford. The guy's just playing lights out.
Yes.
Week after week. He's so good. Yeah, I love that for him. He's my real MVP.
You the real MVP.
My trash, man. I want to say I always give trash to a losing team. And the Jets won, but the trashiest quarterback and the trashiest player in the league right now at their position, I got to go with Justin Fields. But they won the game. So I got to go with Bryce Young because he just looked lost out there. He put on a Justin Fields type performance, but obviously I think Justin Fields is the trashiest trash out there and shouldn't be a starting quarterback. But Bryce Young came out 17 for 25, 124 yards, no touchdowns and an interception. Just looked lost, bad sacks. So this week, since your team lost and only put up 7 points, Bryce Young.
You are trash.
What you got?
My trash is Trump.
Yes. Who's obviously has dementia, right? Can we say that?
I feel like we can say that. I don't know. For anybody who missed it, Sunday Night Football, Trump shows up at the Washington Commanders game.
Because he wants a stadium named after him. Did you hear that? What the fuck is wrong with this guy? It's a narcissist.
First, he does a flyover with Air Force One. Did you see that? Where he flies
I did not see that.
He just literally buzzes right over the top of the stadium in Air Force One. Everyone's like, what the fuck is going on? He shows up at the game. Obviously, it's this like NFL salute to service month, right?
Yeah, they care about us after breast cancer. They care about the troops.
Yeah, exactly. And then at halftime, they had all of these new service members. And I guess when you join the military, there's like some sort of an oath that you have to repeat or swearing in. Yeah. And he used this as an opportunity to stand up in the in the owner's box, reciting the oath for these new military members.
He dodged the draft, for those that don't know. He dodged the draft.
Yeah, exactly.
Said he had bone spurs in his feet. Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's getting booed out of the stadium for the most part. I mean, yes, there were some people cheering, obviously, but
some people giving him the middle finger.
The majority of people were booing him.
Yeah.
And then they invite him to like be interviewed during the game in the third quarter.
Yeah, I saw it.
And they asked him to call it like, oh, man, would you like to call a play? And he didn't even know how to do that.
No,
they had
of course
to do
not.
that for him.
Yeah.
And then they had to fucking, I just think like all of that, the one
during a shutdown, during a government shutdown.
Yeah, exactly. In the middle of a government shutdown, it's just like, fuck this guy. Like, get the fuck out of here. You don't belong.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are trash.
When I woke up on Monday morning and saw that story, I was just like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah, I saw it as it was. I saw him talking. I was like, is that? I heard the voice. I was like, is that Trump talking? And then I remember that he's trying to get the stadium named after him. Fuck that dude, man. And like, there's people that don't know. Washington D.C. is a very African American concentrated city, and some parts of the city are really poverty stricken. And and what he recently did was turn down benefits for these people. Like, even though they had the shutdown going and some stuff was being, ICE was still getting funded to try to kick immigrants out, but people had this SNAP, which is basically like food stamps or whatever, these benefits for these people. He made sure that they did not continue to get these benefits in order to force Democrats' hand to stop the shutdown by taking health care away from millions of people. This is the guy. Like, fuck him, man. 100%.
Yeah.
So, fuck him again. I'll just say.
Fuck that guy.
I can't dislike him more. There's a person I follow on social media that says that this is probably, I'm going to the States in December, so if anybody hears this and wonders why I'm getting probed at the fucking on my way in, my butt's ready. I lube it up on my way in. But they I forget what I was going to say. Oh yeah, this guy, he's analyzing them. He works with people with dementia, and he's like, he's sure that Trump had a stroke that they're keeping from us, and he believes that the way that he can't walk in a straight line and all this other stuff, he's like analyzing the stuff he's doing. He's like, this guy's suffering from early onset dementia, and I give him 7 months to live. And I'm like, your lips to God's ears. That's what this guy says, 7 months. I'm like, yes, I like that. I like those odds.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. Shit got learned. I learned that analytics overthinking continues to cost teams games. That's this new era of the league where everybody is taking, and we've talked about this for years, they don't keep into account that there's players playing the game as well. And they're just like, in this situation, you do this. And a prime example, Cardinals versus Seahawks, looks like a blowout. But I watched every snap of this game. The Cardinals were down 35-0. Big hole to climb out of. But Seattle kept giving them opportunities by fumbling the ball. Cardinals got deep in the red zone on 3 different occasions, and each time they got stopped on 4th down conversions. By the end of the third quarter, they were down 38-15 with the ball. And I couldn't help but think that if they would have taken field goals earlier, it would have been 38-24 with the ball. A much more manageable situation. But going for it over and over against a staunch Seattle Seahawks defense kept them out of the game. Sometimes you got to read the room and take the points and keep your team in the game. And these coaches nowadays don't seem to be doing that, man. And then they're like, oh, we had to do it, man. Analytics told me to do it. And it's like, you lost the fucking game. Who knows? I mean, it's still Seattle. Maybe you don't get that with that 24, but you're way more in the game if you take those 9 points. That's the shit got learned. I saw you see it so much around the league, man. These people going for it, and then going for it because you're at the 45, right? You're out of field goal range. Just go for it. A punt makes them have to go the whole field. Like what? What happened to that? What happened to playing field position? Now they get the ball. Yeah. And then they're going for a easy 3 points. You just flipped everything. It's crazy to me. I'm old school, I guess. What should you learn?
You know what else is crazy? There was something I forgot to mention. There was a moment in that Jags-Texans game where I think the Texans took the lead and the Jags had the ball and they were driving to get into field goal range. Uh-huh. And you know how, like, when you're watching the broadcast, it has that red line that tells you where the field goal range is?
Yes, yeah.
For the Jaguars kicker, the field goal range was literally the 50-yard line. I was like, what?
Yeah, that dude's got a leg, man. It's crazy.
What did I learn? Well, mine is also kind of numbers related. And it actually has more, this whole Whack Taylor situation. We just lost Brian Daboll, right?
Yeah.
I think Whack Taylor is next.
Oh, okay. They didn't play, right? They had a bye week?
They had a bye week. But listen to this. They're coming out of their bye week.
Okay.
And I learned this on their bye week. The Bengals are 1-4 when scoring 38-plus points in the last 2 years.
That's not it.
The other 31 teams, when scoring 38-plus points, their record is 62-4-2.
Wow.
Okay.
And he fired his coordinator, who's making the Colts look great.
Whack Taylor is 45-32-1 with Joe Burrow.
Wow.
His record without Joe Burrow, 9-28.
Oh, come on, man. He got to go. I've been saying it for years. Years. Oh, 3 years? At least.
I think he's done.
Yeah, he got to go.
When things like this start coming out during your bye week, bruh, you're in trouble.
They should have fired him before the bye week so they could prepare.
And I'll tell you this, Saga is on the Whack Taylor trade.
Oh, welcome. There's this space.
I told her your nickname for Zach Taylor. She's like, oh, I'm on that. Fuck that guy. We got to get rid of him.
Good, man. My spec recipient for the week, it's just the Chargers, man. Every week we wait for the Chargers to charger. They've been having this whole this aura about them where we're thinking they're going to find a way to lose. And Jim Harbaugh has changed it. I think as we talk about Vrabel changing the culture, I think Jim Harbaugh has successfully changed the culture. They lose some games, they win some games, but they don't look like an unprepared football team like they have over the last few decades. And besides Phillip Rivers pulling them out of some stuff a little bit from here and there, but they still chargered, as they called it. But now they don't seem like the team that's chargering anymore, and they seem like a legit team that might be a perennial playoff team in the future. So the Chargers as a whole are saying,
put some respect on my name.
I think for me, it's got to be the Seahawks.
I almost picked them. Bro.
And what that coach is doing over there, especially when you think about, he takes over after, an absolute legend, legacy coach in Pete Carroll, and he very quickly has managed to turn this team around. Yeah. And is winning football games with a guy who also seems to be consistently disrespected.
Yep.
Which is Sam Darnold.
He was my spec last week.
And the real test obviously comes next week, where the Seahawks will be playing the Rams in LA, I think.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
I mean, that you can go ahead and book that for my sexiest matchup.
Same.
Because I feel like we're not really talking about the Seahawks. The media is not really talking about the Seahawks that much. I think everyone seems to think that Sam Darnold is going to turn into a pumpkin at some point. And maybe he will. We'll see.
He did last year in the playoffs, but did towards the end of the season. But I don't think it matters to that team. That team is, it's a different. I was looking at that too. I'm sorry, I'm taking over your shit. But I was looking at. I remember Legion of Boom is what they're known for, but they're doing it defensively, but a different way, man. They look like Ravens Northwest. And I really like it. It's not the same. It's a different type of defense. That cover 3 vibe that Dan Quinn brought up there. It's different than this defense. Looks more terrifying, more aggressive and attack and unpredictable. So it's not like talent based. It's scheme based, or yes, it's scheme based, but a different type of scheme. So I like it. I like what he's doing, man. I wish we had him.
Yeah. Got the wrong mic.
Yeah, we got the wrong mic. And then he's doing stuff like pulling the rabbit out of the hat this week, and then it's gonna be I don't know. I don't know what the team should do, but you never know, man. God damn it. This goddamn team.
We haven't really talked. We failed to sort of mention that Sean McDermott was trying to do his best McDaniels impression. Did you see him on the sidelines with those weird glasses? I was like, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this guy's got weird glasses. I was like, that cannot be a coincidence. You're playing the Dolphins and you're going to show up on the sidelines with weird glasses?
And it was raining, so McDaniel had to put his sunglasses on. It's like, stop it.
I was like, what the fuck is going on? Very strange.
I don't know if I mentioned it, but the Dolphins won. I was so happy, man. Even though it helped the Patriots, man. Whatever. Victories feel good. That's why we love this sport, man. And we'll be back to talk about next week's games with our predictions. Stay tuned for that, man. It's been fun. Another fun episode. I'm John DeRollins.
Schif Mazzara.
With SveNFL. Catch y'all next time. Peace.
Later, y'all.